What is the best way to understand complex election outcomes? Imagine trying to solve a puzzle with hundreds of pieces scattered across different tables. That's what analyzing election outcomes can feel like. It's not just about who wins or loses. It's about understanding the full picture behind the results. To do this well, you need to look at many pieces of information and see how they fit together. Start with the basic election data. This includes vote counts, turnout rates, and official results from precincts, counties, and states. These numbers are the foundation. They tell you who received how many votes and where. But raw data alone doesn't tell the whole story. You need to verify it. That's where post-election verification tools come in. One example is parallel vote tabulation. This method involves independent observers collecting data from a sample of polling stations. They compare their findings with official results to check for irregularities like ballot stuffing or voter intimidation. The key is that the sample must be representative and complete for the verification to be reliable. Next, use statistical and computational models. These tools help interpret the data more deeply. For example, agent-based models simulate how voters might behave based on factors like socioeconomic status or candidate appeal. These models are adjusted over time to match historical voting patterns, making predictions more accurate. Advanced statistical methods can also analyze vote distributions to spot anomalies. They compare actual data to expected patterns, such as the distribution of digits in vote counts, to detect potential irregularities. Probabilistic models can estimate how likely certain outcomes are, helping us understand how predictable an election was and where surprises might have occurred. Geospatial analysis is another powerful approach. It involves mapping results across regions to see patterns and shifts in voter preferences. Tools like partisan lean scores measure how strongly an area favors one party. This helps put local results into a broader context. Understanding the voting system mechanics is also essential. Different systems like instant runoff voting can produce results that seem counterintuitive. For example, a candidate with more support might not win if the voting method favors a different outcome. Knowing these rules helps interpret results correctly. Finally, pay attention to patterns that happen as votes are counted. Sometimes, early results show a certain trend, but later counts change. This is called the blue shift or red mirage. Mail-in ballots often get counted later, which can shift the results. Recognizing these patterns prevents jumping to conclusions too early. Putting it all together, the best way to understand complex election outcomes is to combine verified data, independent checks, statistical analysis, geographic context, and knowledge of voting systems. This approach helps you see the full story behind the numbers, making election results clearer and more accurate.